Hello felting friends, welcome back to Chicken Run Creations. I am starting a new project. Well, kind of started it in the last video if you watched that, about blending colors. I thought we would do something a little fun. I'm going to show you how I go about creating a project when I don't really have like a tutorial or patterns or something like that to go with. I've done a few of these projects. I've made some custom order animals for people, and slowly but surely I'm kind of finding my way as far as what works best to do these with. So, as I mentioned in my last video, we are going to attempt to make Baby Yoda, the child, Grogu, whatever you want to call him. I like Baby Yoda. So this is what we're going to do. Start over here. So, well, you can see that. These are some pictures I printed off the internet. This one was actually needle felted. I think these are, I don't know, they might be toys, they might be from the show, I don't really know, but I like to have something to look at while I'm coming up with my project. So this is what I printed off, and to start with, I'm gonna kind of go with the one that was needle felted because I like the proportions of it. It's pretty easy to see. So what I did was I printed this off and I just took a marker and outlined all the basic shapes for this guy. So I can kind of get a feel of what shape I'm looking for when I do my core wool. I'm going to make it about this size. I like this size, so that's why I kind of went with this one, because this is about the size that I want to make him. So you can see I have an oval for his head. I have some triangles for his ears. Now I'm going to do his body. I'm not going to do this part. This will be in the top coat, so I won't do this. But here's my marker here. So I'm going to do, so I'll probably do this for his body. So I'll make his body this shape and make his arms. Again, this part will be just the top coat. So his coat will actually probably come down something like that. And then this will go over the top. And I'll do his hands. Now I haven't quite decided if I want to do an armature or not. I'm undecided on that. I don't know if I will. I think for this, just to make it easier, I will just make his hands and attach them to his, make his whole hand here, his whole arm and hand here. And I don't know if I'll give him feet or not. We'll see when we get to that point. So, if you saw my blending video, I did kind of change up what color I'm going to do. I think I've ended up, because of, so the color of this guy right here, I think that's kind of what I'm going to go with. So this is the spearmint from my kit that I have available. And it's pretty close to this. I think, I don't see anything here. I think I might maybe add a little bit to this, but for now, I think I'm just going to go with this color. We'll see. It might change when I get to that point. It may not. So anyway, I think I like here, maybe it was more this. Well, I don't know. I added a little bit of purple and a little bit of blue to this. So we'll see. I don't have the color made yet. We'll do that as it comes. But for now, we're going to work on the core wool part. So I think I mentioned in my video where I showed you what comes in my kit, that I want to try and do as many projects as I can with my kit to show you what you can make. So Yoda is the first thing that we're going to make. I am going to basically use the wool. Now, what I am going to also add to that, which does not come in the kit, is I have these eyes. These are glass eyes. There's a link down below where you can buy them on Amazon. I bought a box of different sizes, and I've used quite a few of them. And what I did was I just took these and kind of put them on top of here, because he has really big eyes, just to kind of find the size that I want. And I think those are pretty close. So I think we're going to go with those. So this will be the first time doing a project using glass eyes. You could, if you don't have the eyes, you could always make them with just wool. That would work too. So I'm going to do this in real time. I have not made one ahead of time, so you're going to be able to see the mistakes that I make, if I need to start over on something. You're going to see it right from start to finish. I mean, I will speed up the videos for when I'm stabbing away and not have nothing to talk about. But beyond that, I'm going to show you in real time how it comes out. And they don't always come out perfectly. They don't always work the way I want them to. So we'll see how this goes. But so we're going to start, and we're going to work on his head first. So we need to make an oval shape for his head. So this is the core wool that comes in my kit. And I'm just going to tear some off here. And let's see. Let's kind of clean it up a little bit here. This is really super soft. And we're just going to start with an oval shape. So like we did around, we're going to roll it really tight, but we're going to keep it more barrelish oval. And I'm just going to roll up what I got here. And I'm using a 36 needle. I don't want to make this into a circle. Oh, this wool is so soft. Get some of this excess all the way here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to felt this down a little bit and then compare it to my shape on my head. You can do this with pretty much anything. When I did my Godzilla and my dragon that you can see in the opening screen of my videos, I printed off, like my Godzilla, I printed off some toys to get me an idea, and I did the same basic thing. I made my basic shapes. I did do an armature for that one, so I made an armature and created that with some wire, and then I just basically felted my shapes onto the wire to get it to match the picture that I had. And you can actually see you can actually see my Godzilla, the beginning of my Godzilla. I never ended up finishing videotaping it. I started it a couple years ago, and then I just finished it up this year for Christmas for my husband. But you can see the basic how I started it. If you go back and watch the video, it's the very first video that I did back when I was going to do videos and then never ended up doing them. Life, you know. Alright, so it's still pretty squishy, but we're going to compare him here. Okay, so he's a little bit wide, so I need to bring it down a little bit. Now I'm going to want it to be bigger because it's still going to felt down some more. So I don't want to go too, I don't want it to be exactly, because it is going to get smaller as we felt it. So I do want it to be a little bit bigger. Let's add some more here. I switched down to the 38 needle if you didn't see that. Okay, so now if you notice his head is kind of flat across the bottom and more rounded across the top. So I'm going to work on building that up. And I think, let's see here, I think I like this part here for the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of flatten that up a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm just going to work on building the top of his head a little bit more. I'm just rolling up some core and I'm going to put it across the top. Okay, it's a little bit bigger, but like I said, it still has quite a bit of felting left to do on it. So as I work it more, it will get smaller. But so you can see there's still a bit of give here, but that's okay because when I go to put the top coat on, it will get smaller. So I don't want it to be too firm yet. So I think we're gonna go with that for his head. I think that's pretty good. All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm gonna put that aside and we're going to do the body next. So let me see here. Well, this is An interesting bat. Usually the ones I have are this one's rolled right up here. Let's see if I can figure out how to get it unrolled. Yep, let's see. Here's a section here we'll go with. Ugh. Okay. Let's see if I can get a flat piece here somehow. There we go. Okay, so that's a little bit too wide for his body, so I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. That might work. Alright, so this might be a little too long, but let's see what we get. So I'm gonna make a barrel. And let's see. So it's going to be wider at the bottom so he can stand. So we'll add more down here to the bottom, but let's get this sort of started here. I'm using the 36 needle here. This is going to be my bottom, so I want this to be fairly flat. So I'm going to start forming it here. The top won't matter. I'll probably leave the top fluffy so we can attach it to the head. So let's see where we are size-wise here. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I think I want to felt pretty much like up to here, and then leave this part fluffy for attaching the head to. So I'll start to work on that. And I'm just going to build it up until I get the shape that I want, making sure I keep the bottom flat so he'll stand. His body will be quite easy. I don't even know if I have the right color brown to do his coat with. I'll have to look in. Of course, I did say I was going to just use what was in my kit, so we may just have to go with the darker brown that I have, or see about blending it to make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, we'll do that when I come to it. So notice I'm turning this as I go because you don't want it to get flat. And I want to keep it kind of roundish. All right, let's add some more. I'm going to focus on, so the top doesn't need a whole lot more, but the bottom definitely needs more. So I'm going to focus more on the bottom. Okay, definitely want to get a lot more on the bottom so he'll be able to stand because his head there is going to be quite heavy. Just keep building and building. Better to add a little bit at a time than a lot. So I'm just going to keep adding little pieces here. I did switch to my clover tool. Actually, this probably isn't really the one that I want to use. Where's my other one? There it is, right in front of me. Let me switch to that one. This, I have 2 needles in it, and I believe they're 38s. So same as what this one is here. So let's keep building this up. Yeah, we're getting there. Still need to do some more. All right, I think it'd go a little bit more, I don't want to go too much because I still have the top coat to put on. But I think we're going to go one more layer all the way up. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Might need to fill it out a little bit more around the bottom as we work it, just to make sure that it's going to stand. And you can see it does kind of bow out a little bit more, so we could definitely put a little bit more around the bottom. But I can also do that with my top. So maybe just one more little layer around here. Not quite that thick, I don't think. Just gonna loosen it up there more around the top. Okay, I think we're gonna call it. Yep, need to touch up the bottom here a little bit, but so I think we will stop here. That looks pretty good. So we're gonna stop here for this video. This is pretty firm. I mean, it still has some give to it, but it's also quite firm. But that's okay, because we're just gonna put the top coat on it. It doesn't really need any molding or anything like that. Might put a few wrinkles in it, but other than that. So we have our body and our head, and we will call it here. And the next video we will make his arms, and then we will, I'm not sure where we'll go. Either we'll do his head, or maybe we'll cover his body. I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, there's where we are with the first part of making the child, by just using a picture and basic shapes to put it all together. So until the next time, we will see you. Have a good day.